am going to try to watch this on my phone to make sure that I don't have any delay. And it looks as though I am live. I'm going to jump back here, but it looks as though I'm live. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive in and get started. My name is Lindsay Walters, and I am actually based out of Timnath, Colorado. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the new RF virtual platform. And the reason I'm walking you through this is because I have a background in Salesforce facilitation and training. And so my background, what I would do is go in and train for companies like Merrill Lynch and New York Life and Prudential, and I would teach them and their end users how to use systems like the one that was just launched to us on the 11th. And so today we are going to walk through and kind of learn some of the baby steps behind what this system is and kind of the roadmap of where this is going. So there are a couple of things. First and foremost, if you have not accessed the virtual .rodanfields.com, please go there, sign up, enroll. If you enrolled from, I believe it was September 16th or later, as of December 11th, they are giving you access to this platform for free for 30 days. So you guys have the ability to dive into this and get to use it. If you attended virtual or you attended convention, you have access to this. So it's something you absolutely want to get into and work through. So I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you exactly what it looks like. So right now I'm on the landing page for virtual.rodanfields.com. If you wanted to look through and watch the video of what the virtual toolkit does, you absolutely can. I'm just, again, going to scroll through and show you on the home page what you have. It's going to show you grow your network, information on watching and learning, setting your team members up for success, critical tools to help your business grow. And then again, for those of you that have not accessed it, you can go ahead and click on subscribe today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the upper right-hand corner and I'm going to click on login. When I click login, my information is going to be the same as if I were to log into Pulse. All right, so it's going to be the same information, same content. I'm going to select remember me because I don't want to have to worry about logging in each and every time that I do this. So I'm going to click login. Once I do that, it brings me to my landing page. This is kind of your dashboard. And I put people in here. I actually put myself in here just a minute ago, and I put a friend in here. And I said, don't click anything because I need to show the difference. So there's a couple of things here that you'll notice. First and foremost, the way this system is going to work is you're going to see a couple of things. You're going to see underneath where it says my virtual or my RF virtual, there's a little blue bar. That tells me that I am quote unquote in that particular tab. So what I want to do is I want to start from left to right, top to bottom, and I want to show you guys all of the ins and outs of what this system does. So over on the left-hand side, we have the Rodan Fields Virtual, and I click on it, and what that does is it brings me right back to where we just were. All right, so it's the same content, same information if I were to scroll through. Next up, we have convention. For those of you that attended convention either virtually or in person, this is fantastic. If you haven't had the opportunity to walk through this, I would absolutely encourage you to do that. There are so many good trainings, and especially for those that were there in person, there were a lot of things. You guys know this. There were probably 7 or 8 classes, maybe 20 classes going on at one time. There was no possible way we could attend all of them. And so the amazing thing about this is that you can go through and you can see everything that the virtual folks were getting access to. Virtual folks can see everything that the in-person folks at convention were getting access to. And you guys have the ability to go back and listen to this information and this content. So again, Convention 2018, pretty self-explanatory, has all of the information from convention. Next up, we have Watch and Learn. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Watch and Learn, and then I'm going to come right back to it because there's so much information in here that is so important to understand. So first and foremost, when you click on Watch and Learn, you're going to have that video that I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but they've been talking about how good Katie's video was and how good her presentation was. And this presentation took place for level 5 circles and higher the day before convention started. And it talks about how we live not only in our day-to-day lives in ups and downs, but we also live in our business in ups and downs, and there ebbs and flows. So you guys, this video is incredibly impactful and powerful. And so if you have the ability, what I actually did was I was cooking dinner one night and I literally just hit play and we all listened to Katie. So that would be my recommendation. I don't have time to sit and watch these. I'm usually plugging them into the car and listening to them on an hour drive down to Denver. So I don't watch them, I just listen. For those of you that are police officers or are married to police officers, I was not watching and driving. All right, so I'm going to scroll down here. Again, I'm still on the watch and learn, and you can see that blue little underlined section that tells me where I'm at. You'll notice that the first thing that comes up for me is going to be the learning series. And the reason that that comes up for me as completed is because when we got access to this platform, I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, I was diving in and doing all of the classes. I wanted to learn the ins and outs and how this was going to work and how it was going to benefit my business and all that good stuff. So over on the right-hand side, it shows completed, and I am going to come back to this piece. But for now, I'm going to continue to move down because I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, we have the Explore Learning Series, and you'll notice that it says Australia, Canada, and then we have our business building. And the reason that this is so important and so amazing is because, first of all, US is in our new consultant onboarding. But down below, we have the ability to go in and learn additional details on what are in the Australia kits, what are in the Canadian kits. And you can see down in the bottom, you guys, we have a play button and 4. So what that means, anytime you see a graphic and then down in the bottom right-hand corner it says the number, that tells us if I click into Meet Your RF Business Kit for Australia, when I click into that, it's going to show me 4 videos within that series. So you'll see that it walks us through what the ultimate kit looks like, the core, personal, and business portfolio for Australia. All right, I'm going to navigate back. So all I'm doing is technically clicking backwards. I'm on a Mac, so all I'm doing is scrolling to the left, from left to right. Again, you can go ahead and see all of the learning series here. The nice thing about this, don't be afraid to click, you guys. You're not going to break anything. If anything, it's going to help you guys to learn to get lost so that you understand where you're at as you start to grow in utilizing the system. So if I click into See All Learning Series, this is going to show me everything that we have available. I can sort from convention, I can sort to trending, I can sort to playlists. If I wanted to sort shortest to longest, I could do that, and so on and so forth. So this is just literally like think of it as a training video data dump. All right, so again, I'm going to go ahead and scroll back or click backwards. I'm going to continue to navigate down. You'll see our business building breakout sessions. So again, these were some of the breakout sessions where we attended in convention live, or for those of you that were watching virtually, those were the breakout sessions that you were watching virtually as well. And then understanding products. So this dives into understanding core regimens, understanding the newest innovation that we have. Again, if you guys have the opportunity, I would highly recommend going in and using this. So I'm going to scroll up. Again, I'm going to come back to new consultant onboarding because I'm going to spend a lot of time here. But I want to click into My RF Virtual. My RF Virtual is going to bring me to what I call a dashboard. This is where I'm going to see information on who I am. I'm going to see what I've completed. So you can see here it says, congratulations, you completed the new consultant onboarding, you're on your way. You can see my prospects that I've been working with. If I want to connect with them, reconnect with them, I can see activities, and I'm going to show you what those activities are, because this was one of those really exciting pieces as they were showing. I don't know if you remember Heidi talking about it on stage, but she was kind of talking about, you can see when they open an email and where they're clicking, and it is truly amazing. So with that, you're going to be able to go ahead and see all of that information listed here. One thing I do want to share with you guys, if you haven't already dived into this system, you do want to go in, and there's a little gear over to the left-hand side. So if your picture isn't there, when you click on that gear, what that will do is it'll actually bring you to your profile, and this is where you can update and modify information. So go ahead and feel free to change your image. My recommendation, as Ananda had trained a while ago, is branding. So keeping it super consistent and making sure that what you have on Pulse and what you're using on your website is the same as LinkedIn, is the same as Facebook, is the same as your profile page in here. Everything needs to be consistent. And the reason we say that is you want people who are kind of going back and forth and seeing your information, and as you're posting, you want your picture to constantly resonate with them. And so making sure that LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all of those pages match up is super important so that people know that they're following you and you've created this brand awareness for yourself. So next up, I'm going to click on donate, and what I want you to see is as soon as I click on donate, I'm taken to another tab. So we were initially in the account settings, and it automatically took me out of account settings into the ability to go ahead and donate. All right, so just kind of keep in mind as you're navigating through. I have some folks that'll start clicking around and they're like, I'm so lost. And I always say, well, look up at your tabs. How many tabs do you have open? And that's kind of a good indicator of how many different places you've clicked and when you've clicked on something, if it's taken you out of the original location. So I just closed it and it brings me right back to my profile. So the next thing I want to do, again, we're going left to right, top to bottom. The next thing I want to do is show you grow and engage. When I click on grow and engage, I have two options here. I'm going to come back and show you grow, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about what we know for engage. But this is where you're going to go ahead and grow your prospect list. All right, so I'm going to close out of this because we don't want to be worried about this until we get our onboarding completed. So there is a rhyme or reason for why I'm going through this the way I am. The next thing I want to show you is, and let me actually bounce out of, I'm going to go ahead and click on convention because what I want to show you, I'm going to click on convention. The next button I want to show you is where your little face is. When you click on that, what that does is it brings you to profile. And so it's just a lesser step. If I were to click on my RF virtual and then click on that gear, that's going to take me to the same landing place as if I were to just click on my profile. Next thing you have over to the right is your search function. And the search function, if I click on, let's say for example, I want to find all of Katie's videos, so Katie Wood. I type in Katie's name and all of the search results for Katie populate. All right, so it's an easy way to be able to kind of narrow down who you want to watch and what trainings you want to watch. You can search by last name, first name, you can search by business information, all that good stuff. So it's just an easy way to quickly search the entire system without clicking through the system. Last but not least, I want to show you over to the right-hand side our menu function. So it's got two little lines here over to the far right. And when you click on that, what this does is it basically takes all of the tabs that I just walked through, so convention, more RF, my RF virtual, watch and learn. It takes all of that information and consolidates it down, and it says, okay, where in the system do you want to go? So if I wanted to look, let's say for example, I want to dive into account setting, or I want to dive into prospect tracking. I can click on that and it's going to take me just to my prospect tracking page. If I wanted to dive into new consultant onboarding, I can click on new consultant onboarding. So again, it's a nice way for you guys to be able to kind of see everything in an overall picture. And I've really liked using that just because I feel like I'm not doing as much clicking. And again, as I start to get more comfortable with the system, you know, that could change. So what I would like to do now is talk a little bit about watch and learn. So this is what the challenge was that Cree put out there. I have it in the notes. So for those of you that are really wanting to dive in, get started, and really grow your business, especially this time of year, because guys, there are big things coming in 2019. We all know that. We all know this company is amazing. And so what I would recommend, and actually what I suggested to all of our team, was go in and do your new onboarding. All right, so when you do this, what I would recommend is start out with a quick 2-minute, it's just an overview of who are your onboarding power partners and what are they going to do. So when you guys bring on a new consultant going forward, they'll get access to this system for 30 days, and this is really what they need to be doing. So I know right now that we have Source and we have documents available and we have Pulse, and you can go into Biz Development Library and pull up like your business information. So there's a lot of different places that we can go, but this is amazing, you guys. It makes it so simple for a new person to get up, get running, and know exactly what they need to do and when they need to do it. So for example, what I would recommend and what the challenge was to go in and have each of you complete the onboarding process. Now, the reason that challenge was thrown out is because, you guys, it's literally an hour from start to finish with all of the videos. So if you were to start in episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, it would take you 1 hour to watch all of them. The amazing thing about the way they did this and the simplicity that they did this rollout in, you guys, if I click on episode 1, You're in Business, when I select episode 1, You're in Business, look at what happens, you guys. I have the playlist that starts. It says that it's 4 videos, 14 minutes long. That's total, you guys. 4 minutes for 4 videos, or 14 minutes for 4 videos. When I come down and I look at the videos in this series, Chapter 1, your why. We talk about that all the time. Why is your why so important? It's important because it drives you when you get 1,000 no's and you get that one yes, and that little spark of excitement ignites you. Your why is important because when you get to the point of achieving that why, it reignites the reason that you did this and to keep going and to keep striving for bigger and better things. And what's incredible, you guys, as you start to grow and you look back and you see, oh my gosh, I achieved my why in 6 months. I achieved my second why in another 3 months. I achieved another why. You guys, your why is going to constantly evolve. And so for me, it was really good to sit back and go, okay, what's our new why? Because my why was to get off the road and be a stay-at-home mom, not to travel and not to train these systems across the country. And to be able to have that is huge. And so what I want to share with you guys is go in and do this and sit down and reignite that fire in you, or look at it again and say, okay, I've achieved a couple of these pieces of my why. Now I need to go even bigger. And so we're going to go ahead and do our why. And then you're going to go into building your list. And I don't know about you, but I had to redo this a little bit because I'm like, oh, I have lost touch with some of these people, or I haven't connected with, my doctors. I haven't connected with all of the people that I know and I work with on a regular basis. Understanding and crafting your story. How do we craft our story? How do we make it so that when we speak and we communicate about what this business has done for us and continues to do for us and our families and the people around us, how do we share that with other people? Chapter 4 within the first episode is reaching out about your business. So how do I connect with people? How do I reach out to people? And how do I do this business and share this business with others? And then at the very bottom, you have a quiz. Now, the cool thing about this, you guys, they have downloads. So what I want to show you is if I were to click into chapter 1, and I'm not going to do any of these videos because you guys have the ability to do that. When I click into chapter 1, what I want you to notice is that when you come in here, you'll see all of the information listed below. You're going to see chapter 1, your why, the summary, and then a little overview. However, for chapters that have a download in them, when you click on, for example, chapter 4, same exact information as chapter 1. However, there's a download option in here, and you'll see that there is an episode action plan. So what I want to show you guys and what I want to share with you, I'm going to scroll back here really quick because I want to, I think I got locked out the last time I did this. There's a little glitch here. All right. There's a little glitch there that when you navigate back a couple of times, it gets caught up. So I got to go back in. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going back into where I was. All right, so what I wanted to show you though was if you're clicking on the individual chapters, you would be able to see whether or not there's a download. But when you come into the entire overview for episode 1, you have the download option and it'll show you which chapters have downloads in them. And when I click, for example, episode 1 action plan, this quite literally walks me through everything that the videos taught me. So these 3 to 5 minute videos are consolidated into 3 to 4 pages for your action plan. So this will talk about developing your why, joining the Rodan Fields community, crafting your short story, sharing that story, building your list, reaching out to people from your list, posting on social media, and it gives you the ability to write out that information and that content as you guys are going through this process. It also gives you the ability to click directly from here and read more information on what is the Redefined blog? What does that talk about? All right. What information can I see here? So guys, it's amazing. I would say if you have time, get started on it. This is part of, go back and read that little, what do you call it? I can't see anybody's comments because I'm in a different page, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. So go back and read the, yeah, I forget. It's gone. All right. So the next one, episode 2. I'm just going to blow through the next ones just so you guys can see it. Episode 2, first steps in building a strong foundation. So what does that look like? What do these videos entail? Again, it's pulling that information and that content up. You'll see the multiple videos in the series, goal setting, creating a daily action plan, your business kit and understanding your business kit, sharing your business products. You'll see the quiz down below. You'll notice, again, we have an additional link here. So we have products in this series. If I click on it, it's going to take me to the products so that I can understand and learn more about them, you guys. The best place to learn about your products is your website. The information is all there for us. We just need to start diving in. Anytime somebody asks me about an ingredient, I actually will take a screen print for them and I link them directly to my website because I want them to see that that information is readily available to them. I want them to see that we don't hide that. That's something that we put out there and we're proud of. And so that's where I learn a lot of my information from, and diving into also going into the Pulse and utilizing some of the other options that are available there as well. And then of course downloads, again, this is a little bit different. This one has PC Perks best practice for Australia, Canada, US, and it has your episode 2 action plan. So I'm going to go ahead and download my episode 2 action plan and show you what that looks like. But again, here, discussing with your things to discuss with your sponsor. What is your why? What are your goals? Are you committed? What is your commitment going to be? Is it going to be, I can give 10 minutes a day? Can I listen to this, to these videos in my, 2 videos a day during my break? Identifying what your 2 business launch dates are. And the cool thing is they teach you how to communicate with your potential preferred customers or consultants about how to communicate these 2 business launch dates. Digital tools, what's available to you? What's the Pulse cheat sheet? What is the Pulse Pro subscription? What does it look like? What does it mean? Discovering your products. Again, building your list of preferred customers. Reaching out to people from your list. Social media posts, 3 to 5 social posts a week about your RF business, 3 to 5 posts about non-RF related content. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back over. Show you guys episode 3. This one was amazing to listen to. 3-way calls, learning to invite, your business launch event, how to follow up with people. So go in, understand, learn those pieces, and once you complete episode 1 through, or all 4 episodes, and take the quizzes, shout out that you've completed. That puts you into Rockstar shout out for Shine Bright. And then once you guys complete the action plans, you're going to get a special shout out from Cree on her page. So 2 things to make sure that you're doing. Last thing I want to show you guys is grow and engage. And I know that's where everybody's kind of like, how do I use this? So I'm going to go ahead and dive in. If you have questions, type them out. I'll go back through and look at them when I'm done here. But I'm going to show you guys grow and engage. When I click on grow and engage, there are 2 options. One of them is coming at a later date. Now, anytime a company rolls out to 300,000 plus people, they do it in bite-sized pieces. And they do it in bite-sized pieces so that they make sure, 1, that they're creating a platform that is fantastic, phenomenal, and is functional for long-term growth. The other thing that they do is make sure that they're creating a stable platform, meaning they have a strong foundation for that platform as they continue to build and put pieces on. It also helps them to understand and see, is there a glitch? Is there something not working? If they were to roll out every single aspect of this platform and one little piece was broken, people would get upset. So baby steps, and keep thinking about baby steps. This is going to continue to evolve. So the one thing that we do have right now, which is our Grow More, when I go ahead and click on Grow More, this functionality is phenomenal. And the more and more I use it and the more and more I start to see what it's doing and reading on it, it is going to be game changer for our business, all right? And it wasn't until I really started clicking around, I created a fictitious email so that I could go in and use it and see exactly how that information and content worked. But what I want to show you guys is if you come in here and you're watching a video, and let's say, for example, Rachel's video, I watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. I watched Rachel's video, and that triggers that this video would be fantastic for my friend. I want to go ahead and email my friend this video. I've been prospecting her. We are talking. She is somebody that is interested in Rodan Fields business. She is comfortable giving me her information, knows I'm not going to spam her. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, you know what, Lindsay? I have a video that just reminded me of you. Can I go ahead and grab your email address and I'll go ahead and email it to you? Now, can I go ahead and send this via link or send it into Facebook? Absolutely, I can do that. But what I want to show you guys is when we're brave enough to get out there and say, can I have your email? I am now able to see when she's looking at that information. So what I want to show you is if I select this video to send, I have the character count already in here. They already do a default little you know, they do a default little communication to them. If I want to change it or modify it, I can. I'm going to click next, preview link, and send. Once I do that, you guys, what this does, you can see it's stepping me through the process, all right? These are cookie crumbs at the top. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 is sending. This is what your guest will see. So if you're wondering what are they going to see, scroll down because this is everything that they get, all right? So what I want to do, I have 3 options. I can copy the link and send it in Facebook. It's going to direct them back to this page. I can share this in Facebook. So if I share this to my Facebook profile, great. Or I can send via personal email. And this is really what I want to be focusing on, you guys. I want to send this via personal email. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to put my husband's name in here because I already did myself as a test. I do Lindsay, was it Lindsay virtual rf@gmail.com. I think that's what, or no, Lindsay RF Live. See, I don't even know what email I created. Lindsay RF Live@gmail. We have to have permission to email them. It is part of compliance. And so we just are checking that box that yes, they've given us access. We've told them we're going to send them this email and then I'm going to send. Now what happens, you guys, my email is up and running right here. So it's sending my information. Email was sent successfully. I'm going to bounce over to my Gmail, refresh the system, and you'll see that I have a new email that's come through. You can see that it came from Chris and Lindsay. You can see that it's life-changing skincare opportunity. I click on it. I have my message directly from me, the consultant. And the cool thing, you guys, as soon as they click play video, watch what happens. It brings them right back to this page. But what I want to show you guys, so this, what I'm looking at right now is from the prospect's viewpoint. When I go back into my view of the system, I want to show you this. This is so, so cool. So when I look at this from my perspective as a consultant, I'm going to click into my RF virtual. Oh, come on, refresh. It's not refreshing for me. I'm going to prospect tracking. Why is it not doing it? Oh, because I had the email already in there. Okay, so the activities. So look at this. It shows, I'm going to click on Lindsay Walter's name. It's the same email address, so it triggers knowing, even if I put Chris's name in, it triggers that I already have that email address in there. That's cool. All right, so you can see here, I sent a video. The guest visited the page. So by our prospect clicking play video and this page populating on our end as a consultant, it automatically populates that content. Now watch this. If I scroll down and I play the video,
3 years ago, who had done the same thing, left broadcasting for public relations, was telling me about her position, and she mentioned Rodan Fields to me. And immediately, my reaction to it was no. I had never heard of the company for one, and two, everything just sounded like sales. I didn't have a whole lot of respect for the industry as a whole, mainly because I didn't know people who were successful in it.
Okay, so I just want to show you a little bit of the video, and then I'm going to actually speed it up here so that we can kind of get through this, all right? I'm almost done. You guys are awesome for hanging out with me. So I'm going to close this out. Let me plug my microphone back in so it sounds a little bit better. Now, watch as I go back to my platform. I refresh my page on my end, all right? I visited the page. Oh, it's not showing that it was viewed. Oh, probably because I didn't let it play long enough. But you'll see down here, I watched the video. When I watch the full video, it shows up when I watch the full video. The next thing that's really cool about this, if I want to go in and look at our becoming a consultant, you guys, whether that prospect clicks on our product portfolio or becoming a consultant, the options are amazing. So if I click on shop, it takes them directly to my page. All right, so they don't have to go through and figure out which page was, am I associated to. I don't have to go search for a consultant. It takes them to my page. Or if they click on become a consultant, join RF, what will happen is that takes them through the first step of picking their sponsor. It takes them to the tools, and they can go through and directly look at the information. Now, the cool thing about this, you guys, again, refreshing my system, It tells, oh, now it's, see, it's just a little bit delayed. So now it's showing that I did watch the video. Come on. But what it'll do is the same thing down here. They visited the guest page, or they visited the guest page, they watched the video, they clicked on PWS, they also clicked enroll. So what that does for me as a consultant, it says, okay, I need to get everybody's email because I need to be able to track this information and I need to be able to follow up with people. But it also tells me what is intriguing to them, what is catching their attention, and are they looking at more information? So that's what I wanted to show you guys. Again, if I wanted to see all of my prospects, I could go ahead and I could click on my menu option to the right, click on prospect tracking, see all of that information. I can start searching and sorting for prospects. I can filter prospects. As the prospects start navigating through, you're going to see all of the activities. So if they're looking at something 4, 5, 6 times, pick up the phone and call them. It's an awesome opportunity to be able to say, hey, I saw you navigate through the system, or better yet, have you had a chance to look at the information? Open it up with a question that you know the answer to, and they're going to go, yeah, I watched the video, amazing. Or yeah, I took a look at the kits and you guys already know what they've done. So this is just an additional opportunity to help you guys grow your business. So if you have any questions, feel free to message below. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoy. I cannot wait to see who our first rock star is that we shout out. If you've already done these, please shout out right now. If you are in the process of finishing your action plans, please shout out right now. Because we want to know, we want to support you guys and we want to encourage you guys. So hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Make it a rocking weekend and enjoy this season, you guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.